everybody, it's Aaronator here, and we got our 7th episode of our Detroit Red Wings GM commentary on NHL 16. And in this episode, we have the Resigns stage. In the last episode, we did the draft, so make sure you go check it out because you're going to see some of the guys that we drafted. Okay, here we go. So I looked at the signings that we could make, and there's a lot of guys that we have to re-sign, as well as re-sign them within the cap limit. So I thought about exactly who we should sign. I realized we do have a lot of forwards. If you look at this, Datsuk and Zetterberg. Datsuk may retire within 1 year. Same with Zetterberg. Then we have Nyquist, Tatar. So we got, we'll just go right here for forwards. We have our first line, second line if we re-sign Sheahan. Third line once we trade Franz and if we sign Helm. And then fourth line, these guys. And then Pulkkinen's coming up. And Nastas Week eventually will be up. But I just realized even now, again, we don't have so many forwards, but the thing is we have depth guys that are snipers sort of thing. Yurko, Mantha, and Pulkkinen are all right wing snipers. So there could be an option to either make one of these guys a two-way forward or a playmaker, or even just trade with them. You could convert them to left wing. There's so many different options. So we might want to try Anthony Mantha on the left wing because I believe he may have played left wing before. Same with Yurko. Well, he's left-handed, but we could try him out on the left wing as well. But we have options. So if we look at this right now, goalies, we have to sign Mrazek. I'm gonna do that right now. Wait, can I tender him? I wonder if we'll tender all the guys that we don't know if we want to sign them, and then we can trade them if we don't want them anymore. But let's sign Mrazek because I know I want to keep him for next year. Let's see. I'm going to say 3 because 2 years is good. We can try and get this deal down to, I'd say 3.35. 3 million at 3.35 million. There you go. That works for 2 years. Okay, he'll get back to us. Kuro and McBride can possibly play for the Grand Rapids Griffins, so depending on if these guys have big impact, Tiverton, there's no one big there. Sproul, so Kuro we can re-sign, but McCollum we can release, and then we can have McBride play. 2 years, you know what? Yeah, sure, we'll have you play. You know what? We'll go 1 year. 0.6 McBride, we will give him his contract now. 0.7, there you go. Now we can go on to defense as we have our goalies already. Defense, Quincy, right now, I know he wants way too much, 3 million for 4 years, even for 4 years. If we move that down to 2 or 3 years, which I'd be more happy with, then it just wouldn't work out because then he wants more money. And with a cap situation like this, plus we have De Kaiser, Smith, Kindle, who we are probably going to trade, and Cronwall, who are all left-handed two-way defensemen. So, Quincy, thank you for your time. Unfortunately, some people like Tatar, at least that's all we have so far, Tatar, are going to be a bit sad that he's gone, but you know what, we got to make decisions. Lashoff, Glendening, yeah, he's friends with some of these NHL guys, so maybe he'll get AHL time because he's not very happy, but he has friends right now, so we can re-sign him. De Kaiser, that's a big one. We will be keeping him for next season, I believe, because Eriksson could eventually go. I like him right now. His defensive category is solid, but in 2 years or so, when he has 2 years left on his contract or so, maybe even 3 years, maybe even by this year, if we aren't a playoff team, we can trade him because he has 4 years at 4.25. That's not the greatest when he's only 32 years old. So De Kaiser, 4 years. I like to lock him up, and let's just see if we can get him for 4 years at 4.15 million. De Kaiser, there you go. Sproul, if you look at this, guys, I checked it out. If you go, sorry, one way, 8 years, 4.5, it looks like he will be a solid player. So we'll give him 1 year, and we'll give him for 0.625 mil. There you go. That's all the defensemen, I believe. So when we trade Kindle, this will be our top. These will be our top guys. We only have one right-handed defenseman, so that's okay. But that's okay. Sproul may come in, and we could possibly trade Smith, depending. He is considered a top 6 defenseman, so I think we could probably keep him. It should be okay. Ouellette or Smith will play on the right side, and then hopefully Sproul can stay in the AHL for 1 more year and maybe play with Lashoff, because left-handed defensive defenseman with right-handed offensive, that may be pretty nice. Robbie Russo, he will be, no, we don't need to, he's already signed. Marchenko, right-handed, two-way defender, solid stats. I wouldn't mind seeing if he gets a bit of a jump. Plus, I mean, who do we have? Do we have a lot of guys? No, we don't have a lot of AHL guys. So you know what? We'll give him 1 more year. And if he doesn't turn out at when he's 25 and he hasn't boosted up at all, then we will just release him. Hopefully he hasn't made any big friends by then, if he doesn't jump. Nito Mito, I don't believe we need to resign this guy. I mean, oh, he's friends with some guys. So you know what? Just for now, we will sign him just for AHL depth, because we want to keep most of our guys happy. So hopefully with most of those guys leaving or being in the NHL by then, hopefully we can just leave it as it is. Nimalainen, I'm going to leave him unsigned for now. Possibly sign him next year, but let me know. I don't want him to drop. I've seen many guys after like 1 year drop guys, so let me know what you think. I can resign him before the season or during the preseason. Let me know, guys. Should I re-sign Nimalainen? That's a big one. And then should I give him like top line time in the AHL, or should I just let him play, or even just have him signed? Shahan with Franzen going and Yurko hopefully taking over third line, or Mantha. Shahan will be re-signed, and he wants 3 years. So let's see. Let's try and give him 4 years. Lock him up a bit more around the same deal as. Let's give him the same deal as. What's his name? The Kaiser. We'll see if he takes it. 4 years at 4.15. Pulkkinen, this guy, you know what? He could be a trading asset. I'm not going to re-sign him. I believe he was on his entry-level contract before, so we'll tender him and then hopefully re-sign him or possibly trade him. It looks like a couple guys were friends with him, Glenn Denning and others. Darren Helm, I said I wanted to re-sign him, but in the cap issue that we're in, we may not be able to. I mean, he's solid. He is friends with Franzen, who are going to trade to Kaiser and Advocator, and then Anderson, who's in the AHL. That's a big one. Full career stats this year. Last year, he was 20 points, minus 11. So that's 5 on 5, and I mean, you're always going to have minuses. He might have been on the minus line last year. 3 years. I'd like to lock him up, but I got to look at our team after this. Drew Miller, I believe we can get rid of. I mean, he's friends with guys. We'll have to check with that again. Tangrady, we could possibly re-sign. Same with this guy. We can re-sign Pulkkinen, Stenu. We can release Tangrady for now. Thank you, Tangrady. We will, yeah, Kindle, it's okay. Mitch Callahan, I believe that's his name. We'll sign him for depth because he's also friends with, I think it was Amantha or something. Tiverdon, we can release him. I think that's mostly it. Richards, we will release him. The way we're keeping him. Anderson, we can keep him for depth, but or possibly the AHL. Because he is friends with guys, and at least he'll make friends with the AHL. We're going to trade Franzen. Helm may not be you. You know what? Anderson, we don't have room for you at the moment. So, you know what? I'll release him. That's okay. Miele? Face-offs are 75. We can keep him for the AHL. Plus, he's friends with Pulkkinen and Kindle. Well, I mean, I guess we're going to get rid of him. But, I mean, we need some guys to play. So, you know what? We'll sign Miele, I guess. Nozek. 23 or 73 for faceoffs. Friends with Sproul and Bertuzzi and Ness this week, so we'll keep him. Yeah, he can play on the team. Aubrey, he is also decent at faceoffs. Friends with Marchenko and a couple other guys. That's okay. Dadonov, we can or not re-sign, but sign Dadonov. Turgeon, I believe, was bottom 6 before. Now he's top 9. That's nice. That could be a solid guy for us. This guy Vahatalo, 63 for faceoffs. That's not great. I'm gonna say, you know what? I can always move him to wing, and we gotta sign some guys. So you know what? Sure. And then we'll sign Dadonov. Guess we can. There you go. Holmstrom sign. There you go. That's it. So we'll go through the first day, or we'll advance one day. We're at already 11 minutes. That's insane. All of these guys resign. The big one, I believe, is Shahan. I think he did resign, so that's nice to know that Shahan will be coming back for that deal. Same with De Kaiser. Yeah, there you go. So we got Shahan locked up. And now we got to look at all the guys that we did not re-sign. So we did not re-sign Polkinen yet, Miller and Helm, and then all these guys can just stay unsigned for now. If we go to defenseman. So if we look at this, we don't have much cap space. We can't sign any of those guys, but Kindle will be traded. So then we'll have Ouellette, Sproul, and all those guys. May need to sign one guy for the AHL. No, it will probably be good because there's extra guys that aren't signed. Right wings. Polkinen could have to play in the AHL this year. I don't really want to do that because he's 24. Maybe Mantha, but we'll have to check and see what is up. I may have to trade him. Polkinen probably will have some trade value too, so we could trade him for a draft pick or something else. I may also leave that to you guys. I'll probably actually leave him, but trade guys like Kindle, because Kindle is a guy I know I want to trade. Same with Franson. So we'll free up some cap space, about 6 million cap space with those. So we will be able to sign Helm and all those guys, but we'll have Nyquist, Shahan, Yerkel, Mantha. We'll go with that. We'll just say that, or one of the right wing snipers. And we'll have so that's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, what? Well, 12, 13 because 5 there, 4 here. Well, I guess 3 here if we don't sign re-sign Drew Miller, but he's friends with Howard, so. And because depth, he's actually good defensively. So you know what? I'll re-sign these guys. Helm, what? Oh yeah, because I can only. Okay, so unfortunately, it doesn't look like we'll be able to re-sign Helm at the moment. We may have to wait. So can you go 1 year deep? If not, we'll re-sign Miller because we will be able to. He definitely won't re-sign Helm. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna have to let go of Helm for now. I'd like to re-sign him out of free agency. I'd like to keep the squad that we have, possibly. Miller can be re-signed. You know what? We may have to let Miller go as well. He's solid, but you know what? We got a lot of young guys coming up, and at 32 years old, thank you, Miller. I'm sorry, Howard. I can't control that. So hopefully everybody's okay. And then we can go to free agency, and we will be doing free agency possibly in this episode. I'd like to. I don't want to make it just an episode of re-signing, but I mean we may have to because, yeah, Mike Green. Too bad. I'm sorry, guys. I can't sign him. So they said that Mrazek's in the trading block probably because he's also a starter, but I'd like to keep Mrazek obviously. I will not trade Howard yet. I'd like to leave it for now. If Mrazek is ready, then I will trade Howard because we will need some cap space as well. But I think we should be okay as long as we trade Franson and all those guys. So I'm going to do that right now. obviously, will have to make those trades. I will make the Franzen trade and all that, but we may leave, what's his, or we may leave, free agency up to you guys. Yeah, Hoodler and Yandel are not guys we will be able to sign. Plus, I don't really want to sign Hoodler just because of his age. Well, I mean, obviously, it wouldn't matter that much. We're trying to win the cup, obviously, but with that, we already have two playmakers in Datsuk and what's his name? Zetterberg. I keep on saying that. Yandel may be nice, but I mean, obviously, we'd have to probably get rid of Green unless we want to keep both of them, but then we have cap issues. So there's really nobody we can sign except sign Darren Helm as soon as we trade these guys. So Edmonton wants him, but hopefully we'll be able to sign him for a good deal. If we can't, I will be okay with that, but I mean, I still want to trade Francis and all those guys. And then Polkanon, obviously, so we can also check goalies. Frederick Anderson has gone to free agency. Oh gosh, he's a beast. But we will not be trading for, we will not be trading Howard or anybody or, what's his name? We will not be trading Mrazek either, just to get Anderson. Just letting you guys know that. Potential wise, Plotkinov, high elite. We could sign him in case he does jump. That would be nice. But otherwise, I think that's all. There's not really. We could sign some of these guys like Cornell or Sealwander, power forward. Might not be bad. Jens look. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Lee Moffey, defensive defenseman, 61 overall, not likely to get any better. Okay, so overall wise, there's no one we can really sign. Potential wise, there's a couple guys maybe, but that's pretty much it. We will make the trades now, and one guy I mentioned that I could do the Minnesota trade if I did 2 for 2, which I agree at first. I believe it was because I would have had to give up a draft pick that I don't want to, and I don't think it would have gone through with Franzen's trade value. So I can look at if they still want Franzen. Obviously, I could also trade Pulkkinen in this trade if a team wants Pulkkinen. That's kind of surprising that one of the best players in the league, Datsuk, only has that much trade value. He still is a beast. Franzen, 4 years left at that contract, and then I'm gonna look at where is he? Kindle as well. I'll put up his contract. They do want Kindle, so we could do that as well. And then right wingers. So the main issue was because they didn't really have anybody I could trade for necessarily or they didn't have the cap space. So we got to look for a team that wants them and that has like stuff. They have cap space and they want them. Book cards wouldn't be bad. High top 9. We could get a draft pick, but they only want Kindle, so we'll just do that. Kindle, they only want Kindle. Come on, gotta find someone. San Jose, they won't likely want any of them. They want Kindle, but let's see. Sedins and Burrows, nope. Winnipeg and just Kindle. Washington, they're a good team. Do they want anybody? Yes, they want Pulkkinen. So, what was Pulkkinen's trade value again? I didn't even look at it. Does he have a lot of trade value? He does have a good chunk, so we could trade him along with Kindle if a team doesn't want that contract. But what could we get from Washington? We could get a first-round pick, possibly. So, let's look at that. That's an option. You know what? I'm going to try it right now. Pulkkinen and Kindle for Washington's first-round pick. Will it go through? Okay, so it's not sufficient at all. It looks like, I mean, obviously, I think you have to make them, the value be, you have to make them, if they accept the trade, but they don't like the contract, then they'll let you know, I believe. So I don't actually know if they want Kindle's contract, but we'll keep on trying to trade them. So we'll put Franzen back up there. That is an option. We could try and get a first round pick if you want to do that. Where is he? Franzen. Oh, I have to go to right winger. So Anaheim doesn't want him. Obviously because of his age. That's another reason. Cap space. They got cap space. So let's see. They only want Kindle. Buffalo only wants Kindle. Carolina only wants Kindle. Dallas only wants Kindle. Edmonton only wants Kindle. That's great. Florida only wants Kindle. Come on. New Jersey. I think I already did this. Only wants Kindle. What the heck? St. Louis, I believe, was a team that wanted him, but they cannot. What the heck? Do you guys have any brains? How the heck are you even signing, guys? How do you guys even have the cap? What the heck? That could be an interesting signing. Schmaltz. Medium elite. Just saying. Right-handed Schmaltz. I actually might want to make a trade for that. They do want Franzen. So you know what? I may try something here. They have a lot of defensemen, so this would make sense for them to trade Schmaltz. Then you have to look for a guy with cap. Obviously, it would make more sense to go after a guy like Shattenkirk, but I'm not going to do that. Jaden Schwartz, not happy with his team, really. That wouldn't be bad, but that would definitely not go through. It doesn't look like we'll be able to make them do the trade. Tampa Bay. If you do skaters matching block. They want to get rid of Tkachuk. They want Franzen, but again, over the cap. So okay, I'm gonna it's at 22 minutes, guys. It was a long video. I'm not gonna stop it here, but I'm gonna pause it, and I'll look at anybody with cap issues, and I'll see if I can trade Franzen to a team just even for something small. I'll just look right now. Okay guys, it's been a while, at least for me. Out of all the teams, and I don't remember his name, but the guy who told me about Minnesota, here's the thing. If I go and take one of their contracts, because I have to, I mean, even a player, I was thinking Granlund, but there's no way they do that, even with Koivu, because they don't have any other guys except Coyle, not offensively. So, I mean, at least it would have been a bigger trade. But, I mean, Zucker, Scandella, I don't want to take that on for 4 years. Not $4 million, just for this guy who's really only a decent penalty killer. In real life, he's okay. But, I mean, just in general, out of all this, I'd like, no, it doesn't work to get anybody for cap. There's no one there. It could have worked maybe before, but now it can't, unfortunately. So, you probably saw I picked a team that is sort of in a position where they could win, that they might want to win. They need a right winger, and they need they need a player for cap. So I'm doing this this is a fair trade. I think a team like Florida would do this. They like their veterans. This gives them a chance, a trading asset possibly for them if they can trade him. But yeah, just for also giving them making them hit the cap floor. But yeah, this hopefully this makes sense, and hopefully they accept the contract. So Franzen for a 4th round pick, will it go through? It will. Yeah, of course you're gonna be steering the streets. Well, how come you didn't want him in the first place? What are you gonna do? But I mean, that's unfortunate. At the moment, I'd say that my favorite trade that I also like was the Pulkkinen and Kindle for a 1st round pick. So I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna look at other teams possibly and see what we can do with our, like, what can we do here. So if we look at this, Detroit, by the way, Franzen, I mean, obviously he is in the same division, but you know what? That's okay. We were just able to trade that contract, and I'm okay with that. Boston, Buffalo, just gotta look for a team that wants Pulkkinen, because yeah, we need a team to want him, obviously. Calgary, do you want Pulkkinen? Nope. Chicago, do you want Pulkkinen? Nope. Colorado, you got no. Like you have to. They don't even want Kindle. What the heck? Dallas, no. Edmonton, if you want flipping Pulkkinen, I'm gonna be mad. Yeah, that's right. Florida, they don't want Kindle, or they want Kindle. They don't want Pulkkinen. There's no other teams I think that actually want Pulkkinen. I think he's like a depth forward, right? So, or New Jersey, I'm sure. Oh, I thought they would have wanted someone to go with that. I think it's just because he's a depth forward or something that they don't want him. Or maybe he's still considered a minor scoring forward. I don't understand why. If a guy's in the AHL and he's a minor scoring forward, a team doesn't want him for some reason. That just doesn't seem right to me. Like, whatever. San Jose, are you serious? When is Washington seriously the only team that wants him? Toronto, Vancouver, you gotta want Pulkkinen. You guys need a Pulkkinen. Nope, you don't. Winnipeg, are you serious? Yeah, they're the only team that wants him. Okay, so if we look at this, first, I could go a second and a third, I think, but I think this would work. Maybe trading the fourth in that trade. Now, if we look at this, see what else they want. Maybe they want someone else from us that we can give up. Yurko, Smith. I could give up Smith, and they do have space. Ooh, do they actually need that many defensemen? I mean, they have the space, and I think they do. Yeah, they could. I mean, they have Bowie coming up, but having two defensemen like that. Do we need a defenseman? I mean, Smith's happy where he is. You know what? I think I'm going to keep Smith. A fourth, and I could probably give up another draft because we're getting a first. Washington, honestly, is probably winning this trade, but you know what? We're getting a first for Pulkkinen, and I want to give Pulkkinen the chance. He's in the East, but you know what? That's okay. I'm all fine with that. So, a sixth. Yeah, I'll keep the seventh. Pulkkinen, Kindle, a fourth and a sixth for Washington's first round pick. We'll go through, sweeten the value just a touch. You know what? I'm okay with giving you my seventh as well. Will that go through? Bit low for us. Okay, so let's take back those picks and add in a fifth. I believe we should be okay with that. A fourth and a fifth along with that. There you go. Done deal. Multiple morale changes for trading Pulkkinen. We had to give him up, guys. We didn't. I mean, we could have gave him probably a smaller deal, but you know what? We would have had future cap issues anyways, so you know what? We'll just go with this. Datsuk, Johan Franzen, yeah, you know what? It was a hard decision. I'm sorry it affected you. Wait, you know what? Better team. I don't know if it's going to make us a better team. It's just the contract. Long run, should we be on? You know what? Let's be honest with him. Yeah, okay. Datsuk isn't the kind of honest person. He just wants... We should have felt a bit sorry for him. This guy's not a raging Russian. Well, he is, but I don't know. Okay, guys, so longer video. It says 36 minutes for me, but I can't even tell. So we're at 7 million for cap space. So let me know. I can show you my forward lines right now. Do you want me to re-sign Darren Helm? Do you think we should? And do you want me to? And do you think we should re-sign Drew Miller? Drew Miller maybe, or Darren Helm maybe. I'm okay with either, or sign a different guy. It might be better if we get that chemistry back if we get Helm, because I believe he'll probably still be... Okay, it doesn't show, but you know what? He'll probably still be friends with most of the guys there. So, yeah, that's all of it. So I'll just give you a quick look over that. Forwards, there's the top forwards. Just pause the video. Let me know what you think, guys. I think right now our team's okay. Aside from maybe forwards, we could sign Helm again, because we couldn't before. We have 7 million cap space. We could go into the season with that much. We got to sign some wingers for our AHL team. Maybe an extra goalie for the AHL, depending. But I think that should be it. So I'll quickly show you our contracts. Longer video, obviously, but That's okay. I'll get it edited and all that. Goalies. There's our goalies in the system. McBride. Defenseman in the system. And there's all the guys there. Right wingers. Come on. Can I go all? Is there all? All? No. There's no all. Left wingers in the system. Main roster. There you go. Centers. There you go. In the system. Okay, there you go. That's all it. That's all of it. So anyways, guys. Anyways. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was entertaining enough for you, especially for it being a longer video. But in the next episode, we'll do sign free agents. We will sign free agents, and I'll do probably, hopefully, the start of next season and see how it goes out. Let me know, guys. Line changes as well, along with possible signing if I do get it. But let me know what you think about the trades. Hopefully, you guys think those were good trades for this franchise. But anyways, guys, that'll be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe so you watch more videos and you keep up with them. Anyways. See you guys in the next episode.